Hello, I'm playing Space Station 13 and I'm going to show you how to set up the engine. This isn't like an amazing super power generating thing, whatever. It's just, you know, a basic setup that works pretty well, and then I'll show you how to make it a little better. I'm playing like locally on a server I'm running, so that I can show you easier without people interfering, but this is obviously possible on the live server as well. It's all set up the same as Goonstation. So first thing I'm going to do is go over here to where the tanks are and just put one in the hot loop and one in the cold loop. You want to put plasma on both sides because it's by far the most efficient kind of, what's the word, medium for the engine to run on. And I don't know why I put it there. It doesn't need to go there at all. As you can probably tell, I haven't done this in a while, but I do vaguely know what I'm doing, so I'm just not paying much attention. Right, so you need to put that there, find a wrench, which I believe is here, that's right, and then attach that, open all of these. Basically, if you can't work out which valves to open, just remember it needs to be a loop, so it goes up here, round here, actually no, it goes, I believe, round here, this way, and then through this pipe, up here, and then obviously it reaches that valve and stops. So what you want to do is go open this valve, and this valve, because it goes around here, and then we've got a loop that you can go around, and then this one you want to go on the other side. Oh, for some reason that didn't work. There we go. Right, do the same thing here, just open it all up. This one. Now, for now, I'm going to use this bypass valve because I'm just going to run it on coal, but then once that's set up I'll improve it by putting a little fire, and I'll show you how to do that as well. So again, you just want to make it a loop. There we go. So now there's stuff running through both sides, but there's no heat obviously, so we need to go get some furnace fuel, which is here. Just drag it over. Okay, it's gonna be awkward. Hang on. Can't even close it now. There. Right. Now let's try it again. Okay, so they're both full. Now I'll go grab another one. Oh, it's not gonna work, is it? Hang on. It didn't used to have to be next to it, that's new. Oh well. Right, and finally we're there. So I'm just gonna get this out of the way. Put it there. Oh, no, okay, fine. Just don't want it in the way of the door, so. There. Okay, now we're going to turn all these on. And in a bit it should start to go. But first I'm going to go down to this computer here. Just fiddle with these pumps. So, oops. So we want these both on full, all of this stuff on full. Actually no, these two you want on 2, the combustion feed. That's to go into the bit where the fire is later on. and the other one's just on 5. Gets a bit annoying scrolling down every time. And then just chuck these on 5 as well, just to be sure. Okay, there we go. Right. Now, what have I missed? Oh, this one here. Not sure how I missed that, but yeah, that just needs to be opened and then it should start to work. Yep, there we go. So it's at 300 at the moment, it should pick up a bit eventually. But what we're going to do now is go and find a plasma tank so that we can start a fire, because you only start with 2 and you want to put 1 on each side. So the best place to go for this, I know the chief engineer has access, but I think normal engineers might as well. If not, you can just ask a miner, is mining. So you can just grab the shuttle over there. Eventually. Yeah, there it is. Wrong side, there we go. Okay, so now I've got this tank, we just need to drag it back. This isn't necessary, the engine will run fine as it is, but this makes it produce a little more power, so might as well do it. Actually quite a lot more. Later on I'll show you how to wire the engine directly into the station's grid so that this huge power output is actually useful. Okay, so you can see basically 1 megawatt, which is pretty high. And this will stay like that basically all round as long as you keep these topped up. But we want that a bit higher, so let's go start this off. So I'll attach that to one side and go grab oxygen to the other side. Oh my god. Right, here we go. And before I open those valves, I'm just going to go check what I put them to on this pump control computer here, because I don't want them too high. Oh yeah, I put them on 2, that's perfect. So I'm going to run back over there, just open these valves, and then while that's filling I will just leave it. As long as it's not full, the longer you leave it for the better, because the room gets filled and okay, it's kind of hard to explain. If it's burning, then the pressure's increasing in the room, and obviously that means it will reach the point at which these 2 tanks can't pump into the room much quicker, which means you get less actual plasma and oxygen in the room if it's burning while it's filling. So what you want to do is wait a decent amount of time for this room to fill up, then ignite it. So we'll just leave it to do that. This is actually lowering a little bit, but yeah, so it's hovering around 850 or 840, which is a decent amount. I think you might be able to just put like CO2 into this side or something to help. I'll try that after I've done the after I've done this. It's probably been long enough now, we'll ignite it. And then what you want to do, close this bypass valve, because that's obviously bypassing the combustion chamber, which you don't want anymore. And then just open these two. And make sure that's on fire, and then we're going to close the heat shield, because otherwise this room can get quite warm sometimes. So that's good to go. And this should start increasing soon, but before that what we're going to do is wait for it. I had something. What was I going to do? Completely forgotten. There was something I wanted to try, but whatever. Can't have been that important. Right, so what I'm going to do is probably fill these up a bit more while we're waiting, because it's going to take a while to heat up. And I think we've got another one here. If you can get more plasma from somewhere, like Science or I think the QM can order it, that's ideal, because if you put like another tank of plasma in each side, then it'll be much more efficient, but it's not always possible, so whatever you can do. Just shut that there out of the way, keep these topped up. 70, that's actually gone down, that's a bit strange. Oh, you know why? I think it might be because cold loop can't handle the heat from that side quick enough. Let's try putting some CO2 in this side, since we don't have any plasma. Obviously if you can put plasma in there it's much more efficient, but we'll have to see if this works. So just close that and open it up. That should fill in there pretty quickly. Let's just open this up and see how it's burning. Yeah, it's going fine. So it should start to heat up. Yeah, so adding that CO2 has increased it pretty quickly. And it's still going up, so we just need to leave it for a while and see what it balances out to. While that's happening, actually, I'll go and get some plasma so we can see what that does. But obviously that's not always going to be possible if you don't have access or whatever. So just bear in mind it's not necessary, it just helps. So I think I'm just going to check. I think the quartermaster can order it. I don't even know how to use this anymore. Nope. Never really played around with the quartermaster much. Somewhere around here. Oh, that's the little plasma tanks, isn't it? I'm not sure they can actually order proper ones. No, maybe not. Okay, well. It's a bit annoying. So we're going to have to go to Science, I suppose. It's going to check, see how the engine's getting on. Should be heating up quite nicely. Oh yeah, there we go, we're into the green, that's good. Is it still increasing or is it leveled out? Yeah, it looks like it's still increasing. That's pretty good. Okay, well, as I say, we'll go to Science and get some more plasma. A good tactic is to just ask the AI to let you in, or a cyborg. They're usually willing to, as long as you explain that you need it for the engine. So, you know, give it a go. It's not even that far to come, I mean it's just here. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. Right. Just steal this, let's go. Hey Beepski. give him a hug. Nope, no. You can only hug, well, I want to hug now, let's go hug these guys. There. It's better. Right. Let's drag, oh, okay, let's not. Let's drag this thing along. Okay. Get there eventually. Oh, there we go, that's more like it. So as you can see, it's kind of picking up now. It takes a while to heat up properly. 1.4, that's not too bad, is it? There we go. So yeah, what I would have done is put this either side, but what I'm considering now, I think I'm going to do it, is an effectively suicidal technique, which is probably going to result in the engine exploding everywhere, but if you manage it carefully it can be pretty powerful, so I'll just show you. So what you want to do is attach this oxygen, and obviously you need plasma in there at the moment because otherwise it won't burn, so what we're going to do is get it to burn inside the pipes, and as I say, I really don't recommend this just for general use or if you're not going to be watching it, but it can work quite well. No, not cold loop, hot loop. So gas supply 1 and 2, we just want them back on 1. The plasma tank's empty, so it doesn't matter, but I don't know which of the two gas supplies is the actual oxygen one, so I'm just going to put them both on 1. And now what we want to do is just open this, wait until that shows anything at all, then close it. So we've got 19 kPa in there with oxygen, so that's just going to filter into here eventually, and yeah, it's like 1% oxygen as you can see. So what that should start doing is burning in the pipes, producing CO2. The only problem is it's the pressure in there is much higher than the pressure in here, so it's going to take a while to filter in, I think. I'm not entirely sure, although this pump might overcome that. So let's check. How's it going? Yeah, that 2% oxygen, and it's getting hotter already. So it started at 250-ish, and now it's increased by over 100 already. Oh wait, no, I'm reading completely the wrong thing. Yeah, no, it's increased by, it started at 900 and it's increased to 940. And I can't read. But yeah, as you can see, the power up has increased pretty dramatically already. So 1.57, and it's still heating up. But also the pressure's increased by a fair amount. So we just want to, yeah, and it's getting grumpy. So we just want to monitor that. If this gets above something like, if it gets above about 5,000, then it'll become quite inefficient. If it gets above 10,000 or so, these pipes will start rupturing. So what you want to do is, if it gets to about 5,000, just open this, which one is it? Go up and show you. You want to open this one here, pressure release valve, just to let go of some of this pressure here. As long as it's below 5,000 though, it doesn't really matter, so it's fine at the moment. So 1.7, that's pretty good, and it should keep increasing because I think there's still some unburned oxygen in the pipes. 5%, yeah. So it's just gradually increasing. Generator's getting grumpy though, so be careful. 0.75. So I'm just going to, I'm probably going to cut some of this out because it's just sort of waiting for it to build up a bit. But yeah, if it starts getting to high pressures or something, then I'll cut back, and we can see how to deal with that. So goodbye for now. Hello, we've just reached about 5000 kPa and the energy output has decreased because it went to red for a little while, this little screen, and now it's gone back to blue. So what I'm just going to do is vent some of the extra in this side quickly. So as you can see, it's just over 5000. So it probably won't take long, we'll just keep watching it. I want to get it to about 3000 probably. So below 4000 now, so it's starting to pick up. Yep, as you can see. So gone back to red, and we'll just keep letting out. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so now we've got the right pressure. It's much more efficient, it's getting more power, which is nice. Okay, I'll close it now. So look, 2.14 is pretty good. I'm going to put another plasma tank in the other side, which is the one I got from science earlier, just to see how much that helps. So obviously I'm going to need to detach this, but it's empty so it doesn't matter. And just attach that there. The valve's still open, so it's fine. So this has decreased a bit. It's not a very stable power output. There we go, it's increased again. It's still increasing. It should be going pretty well because of that plasma, so I'll pause and then restart if anything happens. Hello, the plasma didn't seem to do much, and as you can see, the power's reduced a bit. That's because as the plasma and oxygen burn, they put CO2 in the pipes, which is much less efficient than plasma, so obviously it reduces the output. But it's good for a little spike and then drops down eventually. But what you can do is a bit more effort to set up and work out the rates and everything. If you put this down to like a really low release value, so that gas from here is very slowly being released all the time, and then you put a plasma tank here and an oxygen tank here, constantly venting into the system at a fairly slow rate as well, then you can keep up roughly the same because the CO2 gets released and is replaced with oxygen and plasma, so you can keep it pretty high constantly. But I'm not going to do that because I don't know the rates or anything. Something to experiment with if you've got some free time or whatever. But yeah, so that's basically how to set it up, and how to get a brief spike of power, if not to ruin it. Next, if not, wait, that didn't make any sense. How to get a brief spike of power, although eventually ruin it. Yeah, let's go with that. So, can't even talk now. What I want to do is just show you how to, because the thing is, these SMEs, you want to put them to max and then it'll charge at full speed and release at full speed, because so that's a total of 400,000, and we've got way more than 400,000 watts output, so only 400,000 being used, which means a lot being wasted. But what you can do to counteract that is you just grab a crowbar, that one, and that one. Just get these tiles out of the way. Then grab some wire cutters, snip that and that one. Eventually, there we go. And then grab the wire. It's a bit difficult, but there we go. And just replace it, but replace it so there's a little bobble in the middle there, and then do the same here. And if we move this tracking beacon, we can see it's still there. Yeah. See like a little dot in the middle of each wire, and you want to get some more wire. It should be somewhere around here. Might be under these or something. No? Okay, I'll go. Gonna go through here and there should be some in one of these boxes. Somewhere. Oh, I don't know. Much harder to find wire than I realised. Okay, there we go. Should be some in here. Yeah, there we go. Right. And then you want to put it here. Here. And then for this bit you can click on the bobble, which makes it a straight piece of wire without a dot in the middle. And then there. And then that will put the full engine output into the whole station's wires. So you can then, I don't know if T-ray scanners actually show that. I think they might. I don't know. Yeah, there you go. So you can see 1.4. That's standard form, but that means 1.4 million watts, which is a whole lot. Because that's from, I believe, like with solars and all that stuff as well. So what we're going to do, oh, this is still being awkward because the power was briefly cut, so it's kind of turned off the equipment power by itself, just because while that wire was cut it didn't have any power. But if I it should probably turn itself on eventually, but I can just turn it on like that, and there it goes. So what I want to do is grab a crowbar and let's find a wire somewhere. I think if you turn the scanner on it should show wires, I believe. Yeah, there we go. So this wire, let's just see. So yeah, like 1.4 million watts, which is a whole lot. So if I were to electrify this, so let's just show you. If I take my gloves off and put some wire cutters, there. Grab these. Oh, and I need a bloody screwdriver, don't I? Right. No, not that one. That one. Eventually, there we go. Right, so it should be quite strongly electrified, so if I were to start cutting wires, then eventually... Oh, okay. Right, hang on. I must have cut them in the perfect order to not electrify myself. But let's try this door then. Boom. Just light is off. What's going on there? It's weird. Or maybe okay, this definitely has power and this isn't being weird, so let's try this one. It might just be the thing where because it lost power briefly it just turned off, so I don't know. Let's try cutting from here. There we go. So yeah, as you can see, that's a pretty powerful shock. It's more powerful than if you just had the smez on, I think. If not, it's because the engine's decreased in output since I did it. But basically, if you've got a high output and it's being maintained, then there'll be a lot more power in the system, and if it's high enough, you can even get people to arc flash if they touch an electrified door and things like that. So it's pretty good. So that's how to set up the engine. If you have any more requests, then let me know, and I'll see if I can do it. Thanks for watching.